you, they aren't big enough. And my parents always told me to embrace the person I am, regardless of what people thought or what I did. So come senior year, a fellow Chinese peer of mine sat down next to me, stared me in the eyes, and said that I was a fake Asian. I didn't really think much of it, but then I started to evaluate my life in terms of other people's standards. Whether it was from my friend group back then, if I even had one, or the fact that I spent 21 hours a week swimming and training for the sport that I love. Swimming, sorry. Regardless of how I felt about being called the term fake Asian, for being good at something that was not academia, I was independent from all the other monotonous things that would stereotypically be deemed as Asian. I had made something of myself, and swimming helps to create the disciplined, driven, and stubborn bitch that is speaking to you now. I went into college life thinking that I would continue swimming all 4 years of my undergraduate career, and I had been a swimmer of the last decade of my life and fully embraced the athletic life that equated me to being a fake Asian. I won my first state championship at the age of 12 and was top 16 of the state of Connecticut for 6 consecutive years. The life of an athlete was my second priority, obviously, after education. The Asian community in my town were not supposed to be athletes or even good at athletics. I came from a town that shines from Yale prestige and higher education, and yet I'm here deemed a fake Asian. And only until I was accepted at Wesleyan, I was validated and recognized within my high school community that yes, I was a real Asian. My validation, my acceptance in the American culture comes from being good at athletics. But in the eyes of the Asian community, I was not up to Asian standards. Regardless of my stellar grades, I wasn't a part of band, I didn't do chess club, math club. I sang in choir though. Those social acceptance standards within my high school meant nothing to me. For myself, the standards lied within the times in the pools and the times that qualified me as a national level swimmer at the mere age of 15 years old. However, the world of swimming consumed my family's time and ability to interact with other Asian families. But that never fazed my parents. My family was essentially on their own world that revolved around education and swimming. I was never allowed to go out with my teammates or party or even celebrate a championship of any sort, until college, of course. Thusly, the distinction between my peers and myself drew me closer to my family. And come senior year, I knew I wasn't going to be swimming the rest of my life. I wasn't going to be sponsored for the country because my co-captain was an Olympic trials qualifier and signed on a 5-year full ride to the University of Wisconsin, and 6 other students got into Yale on early action. No matter how much I loved to swim, I didn't want to fall into this step with signing my life to school, given money, and have an upper hand in the application process while applying to schools. I take pride in who I am. It might be selfish in some ways, but I knew I deserved a place that would accept me for being the fake Asian, athlete, and bilingual human being I am. I wouldn't feel comfortable walking around on UCann's campus knowing that 80% of my graduating class would be there. And I didn't have to pay a single penny for the subpar education that was dependent upon my success as a swimmer. I wanted to be independent, I wanted to be the best, and I wanted Wesleyan. If you guys couldn't tell, I am from Connecticut. There are perks for being 30 minutes away, but freshman year I thought I had everything down. Didn't talk to my parents that much, and my freshman year journey started off with taking 5 hard science classes. And that was one of the roughest college semesters I've ever taken. If your dreams don't scare you, they aren't big enough, right? That one semester turned me into one of the most resilient people I know. Academic probation is a real thing at Wesleyan, and you must maintain a grade of above a 74 to keep yourself in good standing, aka going abroad or doing anything else. That first semester, freshman year, 5 science classes flushed my GPA down the drain and my courage and basically any other hopes of becoming a doctor. I did the mistake of not taking advantage of the extra support that Wesleyan provided me in my freshman year. If your dreams don't scare you, they aren't big enough. While the time on the team was fun, swimming was my second identity. I have nothing against the swim team for trying to create a coherent group, but the strict and regimented life wasn't suited for me as someone who had to find herself in this world of confusion of being a freshman. For those that wish to continue playing a sport, I say go for it, but don't let the D3 title fool you. The pressures of being on a team not only involve the pressures that you put onto yourself, but you also have to uphold the image as a little Ivy. I was misguided by my poor decisions and bad time management while on the swim team, even though it was fun for the first year. But college swimming is a whole new world of commitment and discipline that requires full independence and sacrifice on a whole new level. Missing famous speakers that would only come during the afternoon, but more importantly, the classes that were offered in the afternoon, which practice would take up because it would be 3 to 4 hours long and 6 days a week. After working my ass out of academic probation, I ended up quitting swimming and focused fully on the things that I otherwise wasn't able to enjoy. I was able to flexibly switch between 3 majors: East Asian Studies, Neuroscience and Behavior, and finally settling on Science and Society, with a plethora of biology credits and a history concentration and an East Asian Studies minor. College is not a place to sugarcoat any of your issues. You'll find yourself uncomfortable in certain areas, but it's up to you to make those choices, whether you want it to benefit or take away from your experience at Wesleyan. You have a choice, and no one else can tell you otherwise. Swimming was my conduit into an unvarnished world of stringent straightforwardness. However, my reality was clogged by the amount of time and energy that I put into the sport. I'm not saying to stop doing what you enjoy, but I learned to find other outlets that were healthier and more constructive for me. I took up running and ran my first half marathon last year in Middletown. It's an annual event. There are so many resources on campus like CAPS, student groups, and like Writer's Workshop that are more than willing to help you guide you through these years at Wesleyan. I'm no longer in a place that I doubt my beliefs and feel unaccepted because of my race, athleticism, or ability to communicate with others. And don't worry about not knowing what you want when you first come to college. It's a time to make mistakes, but you've just got to pick yourself up after that. You are here, and this is why. Welcome to Wesleyan.